I just loved being uncomfortable. So putting myself in uncomfortable situations and make the best out of it. And then you come out stronger and you conquer. So I think that's gonna...
I don't think about these people because it's just talking. Listen, I long time go to my God. Boxing, it's pieces my life. A lot of people say, hey, listen, you not take belt heavyweight, you not take belt 4 belt cruiserweight. You know what I say? We'll see. For me, it doesn't matter. It's my road, just my road. Blah 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 blah. It's just a lot of people. Yeah. Left sit.
So now, getting back to it, and that's what they're all been trying to do, because he's thinking, if I can get this man angry, get this man mad, then he'll deviate from his game.
The media event suddenly erupts into chaos when Rico Verhoeven forcefully challenges Oleksandr Usyk, turning a tense exchange into a confrontation that nearly becomes physical. Rico's intense attitude and aggressive remarks dramatically change the mood in the room, while Usyk remains calm under pressure as security quickly moves in to prevent things from escalating further. The incident immediately raises the stakes in what was already shaping up to be a highly dangerous heavyweight crossover clash.
By the day, and more people are doing it to get fit, doing it just for fun, doing it to compete professionally, to make a living.
Johnny Nelson explains that Oleksandr Usyk has already cemented his place among boxing's elite through victories over top-level opponents and complete control of the heavyweight scene. Attention is now beginning to move away from legacy building alone and toward the business side of the sport, as major crossover matchups are seen as huge financial opportunities.
Oleksandr, what he's done, he's wiped the floor with everybody. He's established himself at the top there. So now you look at him and you link financially. Will he be in a better position than Tyson Fury? No, not in my opinion. Anthony Joshua? No, not in my opinion. The big money fights aren't out there for him. So he's got to do something. He's got to put himself in a position where he's got to win, because he's proved he's top draw. So in this fight here, I think it creates interest, intrigue. I'm quite sure there's a healthy pay packet at the end of it. This is now business.
Eddie Hearn expresses major concern over the fighter's mindset, implying that although the physical ability is still there, something appears off mentally and emotionally. He emphasizes that even with uncertainty surrounding focus or confidence, the fighter still poses a serious threat once inside the ring. At the same time, the discussion points to deeper struggles away from competition, suggesting those outside pressures could significantly affect performance when the intensity rises.
But he's going to be dangerous. Like, all the attributes that he has, they still exist, regardless of his mental state. But I see a kid in pain, I've got to be honest with you, like, I don't see how people around him can be looking at his behaviour and being comfortable with it. And I don't think...
He explains that the fighter is still highly dangerous because his natural talent and physical strengths remain intact regardless of any mental struggles he may be facing. At the same time, he admits the fighter appears to be dealing with emotional pain and questions how those around him can feel comfortable watching his recent behavior without concern. Rico Verhoeven then discusses his calm and calculated fighting style, pointing out how dangerous he becomes once he lands clean shots. He also speaks confidently about moving from kickboxing into a more boxing-focused approach, expressing excitement about being able to use his hands more freely, while the discussion still leaves doubts about how effective that style could be against elite-level boxing competition.
Like, very calculated, but yeah, when I connect. Like I said, there's a lot of weight behind these punches. So yeah, of course, within the kickboxing sport, I was used to just throwing the kicks and doing my thing, but now we get the opportunity to use the hands more. So Peter is like, oh, he's like crazy excited. He's like, finally, because we've been.
Eddie Hearn openly reveals that the hostility between both camps has become so intense that security now has to step in and keep them physically apart. His comments make it clear that the situation has already turned highly volatile even before an official fight has been confirmed. The atmosphere appears extremely heated, with emotions running so high that any additional confrontation in a live setting could quickly spiral out of control.
You honestly think if these two come together like this, you know what's going to happen?
So what you going
I'm going to keep them apart by a wall of security.
Peter Fury confirms that both Oleksandr Usyk and Rico Verhoeven are completely on board with the crossover matchup, describing it as a showdown between two elite fighters from separate combat disciplines. While he recognizes the strong interest from both sides, the discussion also emphasizes how uncommon this type of contest really is, combining world-class boxing ability with dominant kickboxing pedigree. The matchup is presented as a fight driven more by reputation, intrigue, and curiosity rather than the usual path of boxing rankings or traditional competitive merit.
Rico wanted the fight, Usyk wanted it. They said both ultimate fighting men, aren't they? So fights like this are not going to be hard to make.
Rico Verhoeven compares himself to Oleksandr Usyk in boxing terms, praising Usyk's dominance and consistency while describing a potential fight as a legacy-defining opportunity. At the same time, it highlights Rico's ambition to earn recognition in boxing despite still being untested at the elite level.
Oleksandr Usyk is the Rico Verhoeven in boxing.
Yeah.
So like he's been dominating for so long and in such phenomenal fashion. So I was like, wow, if we could do this, that would be like the cherry on the cake.
Oleksandr Usyk recognizes the threat Rico Verhoeven brings, acknowledging his dominance in kickboxing along with his strength and fighting ability. However, Usyk makes it clear that while many may view the matchup as entertainment, he is approaching it with complete seriousness. His attitude reflects elite-level professionalism, with no signs of underestimating the challenge, despite the crossover aspect of the fight.
It's real fight. It's a dangerous guy. It's a undisputed champion for kickboxing. Yeah, it's a big guy, like a hard. But this is 50% show, 50% fight. But for me, it's 100% fight, because I very serious in the training, my plan.
Paul Smith pushes back on the idea of Rico Verhoeven getting a major shot without first developing a proper boxing record, highlighting the frustration of ranked fighters who have been waiting for their opportunity. While he accepts that Oleksandr Usyk has earned some leeway because of his accomplishments, he questions whether this kind of matchup should be connected to championship stakes at all. His main concern centers on fairness in the heavyweight division and the way crossover bouts can disrupt the established structure of professional boxing.
A long time and not really done much in boxing at all to warrant a shot at Oleksandr Usyk when there's a queue so big. And indeed, you know what I mean. And that's the most important thing. The people who are sitting waiting for their shot in line are going to be fuming over this. Some would say, to counter that argument, Usyk's probably earned the right to have an.
He argues that a longtime kickboxer who has not built a boxing record does not really deserve an immediate shot at Oleksandr Usyk, especially when so many ranked contenders are still waiting in line. He suggests those fighters would understandably feel frustrated by the opportunity being given out of the usual order, even though some may counter that Usyk has earned the right to take less traditional fights. The update then shifts to Usyk's preparation, confirming that his training camp is entering its final stage with everything on track, both physically and mentally. His approach remains calm, organized, and focused, with travel plans already set for the next phase, reinforcing how seriously he treats every opponent regardless of crossover status or outside hype.
His preparation is already coming down in the very end, and soon as gonna be back home in a week or so. Yeah, about in a week, maybe 10 days. We're going to Australia. He kind of like looks kind of bumped up, but he looks in a very good shape. I saw his sparrings. I'm not going to talk about the sparrings, but I saw what's happening in the sparring.
Liam Goff strongly criticizes the matchup, describing it as a gimmick and questioning how it has been elevated to world title level. He points out Rico Verhoeven's limited experience in professional boxing and argues that he has not done enough to deserve a shot at such a prestigious position. His comments reflect a wider frustration in boxing circles, where established contenders who have climbed through rankings and eliminators feel overlooked in favor of crossover fights.
This is a joke. This is nothing but a gimmick fight, and it's even more shameless considering the fact, one, it's on pay-per-view, and two, it's for the WBC Heavyweight Championship of the world. Does Rico Verhoeven, with his one win over a decade ago against the guy who was 0-5, deserve a world title shot? Answers on a postcard. Can you play the recorder? No. That's the answer. This is shocking. Shocking stuff from Oleksandr Usyk. This is Oleksandr Usyk picking money.
Dave Allen recognizes Rico Verhoeven's elite reputation in kickboxing, but makes a firm distinction when it comes to competing in top-level professional boxing. He respects his athletic talent, yet stresses that there is a significant gap between having basic boxing ability and being prepared to face the world's best heavyweights.